Welcome to the very first episode of Transform with yours truly, Dr. Alvin Jorge. This is a space where we talk openly about gender-affirming surgery, transition journeys, and real-life experiences of the trans community. As a surgeon, I've seen how these procedures changes lives. Pero I also know that there's more to the journey than just the surgery. And that is why we'll be hearing directly from patients, from advocates and professionals so we can share stories, answer questions, and break down the stigma. Okay, so today I'm very excited to start this very first episode with Bam, who is also a trans man and who is a client of mine, who is here to share his own journey from self-discovery to transition to life after surgery. And alam nyo ba na si Bam has his own podcast. The title of his podcast is Spill the Tea. So before we officially start, thank you, Bam, for joining us today and being my very first guest on Transform. And by the way, bakit nga ba tinawag na Spill the Tea itong iyong podcast?
Well, first of all, thank you, Doc, for allowing me to be part of this podcast. So thank you very much it's great to see you. It's been a while. And, I'm really excited to share information and in terms of how it has been for the last 3 years. Can you imagine? It's been 3 years ago.
3 years na pala.
Yes. And with the regards to Spill the Tea, it started off with the tea means transition, trans man, and testosterone, or just as simple as for the trans community. So yun talaga.
Spill the chismis, pero spill the testosterone and trans community. Yes. So very good. So anyway, again, thank you for joining us today. And so siguro umpisa na natin.
Sure.
And first, I'd like to know, how did you first realize your gender identity that it did not actually match your body?
Lalabas yung edad ko dito, Doc. Well, technically, I was born in the 80s. So back in the 80s naman, we only had 2 identifiers at that time. It's either you were gay or you were lesbian. Diba? Parang there were only 2 spectrums in the LGBTQIA++. SOGI, technically. Those were only the 2 identifiers at that time. And then, of course, there were only 2 expressions as well. Either you're masculine or you're feminine, diba?
Yes.
So, at the time, we were called butch, tomboy. Diba?
Butch, hindi ko alam yung butch.
Butch, ibig sabihin masculine ka, Doc.
Okay.
Meron din kasing lesbians na on feminine. Tawag ito, feminine expression as well. But yeah, when I was younger, I really didn't understand. There was still a disconnect, I'd say. Kasi I already knew I was a man or a boy trapped in a semi-woman's body. Yes.
Okay.
So at a very, very young age pa lang, I was already confused na parang hindi ako to, pero ito lang yung meron, so I'll put myself there. So that's why I put myself in the lesbian masculine spectrum, kumbaga.
Paano mo nasabi na hindi ako dito ako? So how were you able to realize that? I understand nung bata ka pa, but parang did it just come one day? Hindi.
Hindi parang, Doc, I already knew that I was a boy. As in talagang bata pa lang ako, first crush ko wag na natin sabihin pangalan niya, pero bata pa lang ako, I already knew na I was attracted to women, I was attracted to female, I was playing with the boys. I even, when I was younger, kasi track and field varsity din ako.
Okay.
So when I was growing up, syempre I was running, and diba, when growing up, I didn't have the idea or that inkling na your breasts will eventually grow. To be honest with you, di ba? So may part doon na parang, siguro adolescence age ko, and then parang yung coach ko yung nagsabi, "Huy, magbra ka na." Parang ako, ha? Bakit? Hindi naman ako... Hindi ko...
You never felt...
bakit ko kailangan gawin yun? Hindi naman ako ganun.
Wow. Okay.
So, and then when I was growing up also, I did a lot of commercials when I was younger, and I did movies, and I'm related to somebody famous, hence I did those.
So you were acting as a female during that time?
I
or?
had to. Parang may kami. May bibigay si mom na ang tawag ito, magbibigay si mom ng how do you say it? Gift. Sige, magbihis girl ka for a certain ganyan, tapos kasi yun, parang ganun.
Okay, so was there any exploration on your part na okay, ganito ko pero ganito yung gusto ko?
So, growing up, yun nga, was a lot, my cousins ko, so yung mga, I'd always play with the guy cousins. I didn't really match with the girl cousins. So, growing up also when I was playing, Barbie and Ken, ako si Ken. So, with my sister before. Tapos, growing up also, the toys that I had was G.I. Joe, mga pang boy. Supportive kasi yung parents ko din. It didn't really matter in terms of ano yung nilalaro ko. Parang hindi ko kailangan ng Barbie. Parang ganun.
Pero as you were growing and as you mentioned, nagde-develop ka na ng breast nun. So, how did you manage that? Did you use any binder or para lang to hide? Or
I think since athlete din ako, Doc, I started wearing sports bra. I think that was my go-to at that time. Never really binded to a certain point. Kasi parang it was never introduced to me as well. But more of, sports bra lang siya talaga, technically. Tsaka yun, I think the dysphoria was more of, ba't ako nagpapalda? Kasi I have to go to school diba?
I see.
So, and I come from a Catholic school as well. So, and yun.
Kasi pag palda, outright, babae ka. Diba?
Oo.
So, I guess it was a challenge for you.
Maraming challenges.
When growing up and during adulthood. And I think what's important also is the people around you. Did you have any support group?
Yeah.
And was your family okay with it, or were they supportive?
Yeah, definitely. I think I came out as lesbian at a very young age, when I was 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told my parents na, I like women.
Okay.
And super supportive, both parents.
I'm wondering how did that discussion go?
It was very good. I sat my parents down. Very, very, the great thing about my family is we're very different. Very, I think, modern as what it is, and very progressive. So at a very young age, at 13, I sat my parents down because I was, first love. So I really wanted to make sure that I was fighting for that love, and I wanted my parents to also agree on the woman that I was, the girl I was bringing home, basically, at that time.
And what was the response of your parents nung sinabi mo?
Wala namang problema kay daddy and kay mommy. Wala talaga. So they were very, at a very young age, they already saw na, tomboyish na and whatnot, and they never said no naman to it, and super accepted my first girlfriend, at that time. So it was after that,
So I guess the impact that brought, what you are now with how you were brought up by your parents and the support that you had during that time, I guess it was positive, right?
Very, very positive. I think, plus my siblings. So my sister, also my older sister, stood as my second mom. So ate was very supportive with a lot of things, and hindi naman siya naging, how do you say it? She never contradicted in terms of, what I wanted to do in life. Kasi parang to each its own That's how we are.
Correct.
We respect each other as human beings. So, we respected each other in terms of anong trip mo. Basta hindi tayo nakakasama or nakakasakit sa ibang tao.
That's true.
So that's what we were doing.
That's true. And I think living in the modern world, this is something that's widely accepted nowadays.
Yeah. I hope so.
And talking about modern world, how did social media, of course, with the trans community, help you understand how you are? And I guess it was a positive.
To a certain point, kasi social media, you saw a lot of other trans men that was doing the transition. Lalo na younger, a little bit younger, where, there were movies back in the 90s and back in the 80s where, oy, what's this? Diba? What's this? What's trans? What's transgender? There were, actually, hindi na siya dapat sinasabi, the transsexual was there, transvestite were the terms before, derogatory na siya as of now, pero it slowly evolved into it being a transgender, diba? So it was really great that there were examples that started making me think at a young age na parang ako, hindi ako, yun ata ako. I started, parang hindi, wait lang
yes,
so mayroon ako mga ganun
May self-discovery ka na, uy, eto, nakikita ko sa ano. So meron pala, hindi lang ako nag-iisa.
So ganun. And then plus the social media now, I think that's the whole reason why we also started Spill the Tea. Because there's not a lot of resources I come from privilege, which means I have the ability to, see people in the other country and talk to other people, and I have friends outside na gave me the resources na, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do. Hence, that's why we started the Spill the Tea as well, kasi we wanted to provide resources to the community.
Galing.
Para, yun nga, hindi mahirap mag-transition, to safely transition. And if, again, yun din yung sinasabi namin, Doc, hindi mo kailangan mag-transition eh. So there's different types of transition. May medical, may social, and whatnot, diba? So, yun. So, as a transgender person, we're just trying to be a little bit more cognizant in terms of how do we share the journey to the community. And journey mo yan eh. So we always say na it's your journey, it's self-discovery. Do you, basically. So,
but I guess through showing your journey, that also gives an insight to other people that, hey, I'm not alone in this
definitely.
transition. I'm not alone in this journey.
Ang daming transgender that really paved the way for us, especially the older transgender and even the younger ones na nauna sa amin kasi parang we transitioned medyo late na rin eh.
Yeah. Actually, yung nag-research nga ako, no, may na-discover akong movie about sex change. Now, this is from male to female. No? The title of the movie, Babae Ako, something. It was by Janet Bordon, the late Janet Bordon. And yun, pinakita na male to female. She acted as the trans woman nun. And 1970s pa yung movie, imagine. So, meron ng mga ganon. So, medyo humahabol naman tayo. And I guess with that, let's talk about yung medical transition.
Of course.
So, when did you start testosterone and what led you to making this decision?
Sure. All right. So, for the hormonal replacement therapy, alam mo yan na I have to be all in when I do it. So, I did a lot of research. It's been years, honestly. From the time na I identified myself as a trans man, 2006 when I went, 2016 when I came out. I had to come out again as a transgender man, of course, to my family and whatnot. This is what I want, diba? Yes. Socially first, and then a lot of research kasi nga there's not a lot of information out there.
Yes, and I remember we had the surgery. You weren't on testosterone then?
No, I wasn't, Doc. So, and then there should be a reason for me. It should be an alignment. I think that's the term. For me to actually even doing it. Kasi we also have to understand what it's going to do to me or to your body eventually long term. Kasi diba, ang habol mo pa rin longevity at the end of the day. I'm a family man, I have a wife, I have a daughter. So I want to make sure na, long haul tayo dito, Doc. Diba?
Correct.
May through thick and thin ako sa asawa ko. So we want to make sure na magtatagal tayo. Diba? So, I think with HRT naman, there was a medical reason for it. And the medical reason I can share naman, it was endometriosis.
Yes.
And OB goes like, sige, mag-T ka na. Kasi kung i-force menopause din naman kita, di ba? Let's make sure that you're going to, if we were to medical transition, I think it's going to be safe. And then we did the endocrinologist, I did my OB, I did my cardiologist, I did all of my doctors. And I go like, there's nothing stopping us
you from
doing
having it. Yeah.
And we can do microdosing, we can do, we'll be very careful in terms of how we're going to do this moving forward. And I do have a clinic that basically takes care of me as well for the holistic journey of the HRT. So,
and how has this affected your endometriosis? Because alam nyo, endometriosis, hindi madaling sakit yun. you have this frequent menstruation.
Yes, and the pain.
The pain.
And remember, I'm also anemic, Doc. Remember?
Oh, yes.
So-
Okay, so it was a very long journey, if I
Yes.
may say so. Oo.
It was. And then the thing is, I'm anemic also. So the strong menstruation or flow is also not good for me. Kasi
That's
ang ending
true.
dyan, I'll have to do blood
Ibababa.
transfusion, and
Yeah,
then what the
that's
hemoglobin
correct.
is really low, and then my platelets was really high. So I had to do something about it. So again, longevity was my goal.
Aha.
And weird, yun nga, parang ang ending, parang I lied.
Okay. So finally, you spilled the tea.
I did. I
So to
injected the
speak.
tea. I injected
You
the tea.
injected the tea, correct.
I injected the tea.
So after this, when you started this treatment with testosterone, what changes did you notice? Parang kanina nag-usap tayo,
Yeah.
parang meron ka na notice kagad na good effects of having testosterone.
Definitely. I think behind what everybody is saying na mainitin ang ulo ng trans man, it's actually the other way around. For me, I'm very calm na. So I'm calmer, I can think better, I'm happier. I think emotional first and yung psychological ko. I'm more at peace, I think,
Okay.
with the decision that I created.
Okay.
And in terms of the body, kasi ang dami kong dysphoria, Doc. Alam mo yan. I mean, I'm very tall. I'm 5'8". So with regards to fat distribution, ang laki ng changes ko with regards to from the hips to the, ang daming
Yes,
changes
yes.
na it was really positive sa akin. So, ayun, plus, hello. Ayan, nandyan na siya yung voice. Basta, ayun, mga hair dyan. So, it feels, I feel great, Doc, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's very good to know. And
Yes.
but I guess with you, you were managed by a specialist.
Yes.
No? You had an endocrinologist, your
Kompleto,
OB was
yeah.
there with you, and all the other specialists.
Yeah.
No? Now there are a lot of trans men
Yes.
who actually manage on their own.
Yes.
And I guess one of the challenges that they had was accessing hormones,
Yes.
no, in the Philippines,
Yes.
and doing it by themselves.
Correct.
Now, I guess in your case, you did it the right way, but what would you advise those patients who just self-medicate with
I think
hormones?
I don't want to call it the right way kasi it could be right for anybody. Whatever it is that they're doing could be right for them. Diba? So parang what we're just trying to introduce even on Spill the Tea is how to safely transition.
Okay.
Diba? Kasi we have to be very careful in terms of what we're putting in our body or what we're taking off our body. Diba? So I think there's a lot of NGOs now and a lot of institutions that actually support the trans community and they provide these resources now. Even the clinic that I go to as of now, I'll if you're okay for me to
No,
share.
yeah, sure.
It's
No
a holistic clinic naman, and their endocrinologist, OBs and what, that's Hara Clinic. Si Dr. Dino Reyes is actually my doctor.
Okay.
So with
Okay.
Dr. Dino, he also supports outside, and I know when you do checkups, he's also now open to pro bono. So
Very
there's
good
that
for the
resources
audience.
already.
Oo.
So check them out.
Hara Clinic.
Hara Clinic, yes.
Dr.
They're-
Dino.
Dr. Dino Reyes.
Dino Reyes. So, okay. So, maganda rin na i-advise natin kung ano yung tamang pag-treatment with your hormones. And
Yes.
it's always best that you're guided by a specialist. No?
Correct.
As you have mentioned, meron naman dyan who does pro bono. And it's not only Hara Clinic, Dr. Dino who does that. There are also some other NGOs like, say, for example, yung Love Yourself.
Yeah,
I don't
Love
know if you're-
Yourself. Say, syempre nakalimutan ko si Love Yourself, si Victoria.
Oo.
They also do it as well.
They're actually one entity, right?
Yes,
Victoria
they are,
and Love
yeah.
Yourself. So, for those who are undergoing treatment with your hormones, doing it by yourself, it's always best that
Yes.
you are guided properly. So, I think that's what's
Yeah.
we're after naman yung
Correct.
support by a health
At the end of the day, Doc, mag-i-inject ka naman at mag-i-inject ka ng sarili mo eh. Diba?
Okay.
But to properly administer it and safely do it, I think that's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, since you've started undergoing testosterone treatments, meron ka bang mga myth na sabi mo, akala mo itong effect ng testosterone, but hindi naman pala totoo? Meron ba mga ganun?
Yun lang yun. Siguro, I think yung initin ng ulo kasi sinasabi nila na parang if you take tea, mas mainit yung ulo mo or parang ready ka makapag-away, ganyan. It's not true. Ako, I really don't believe it. Parang it feels like it's an extra energy of It's an extra ball of energy.
Okay.
So what we do, we work out, I work out, I walk. I can't run So, balabas yung age ko. Pero, pero I walk. Ayan. So, I do workouts. Yun. So,
Golf. I know
yes,
you
I play a lot of golf. Yes.
Play a lot of golf.
Yes, I
Golf
do.
enthusiast si Bam.
Super.
Oo. So, now, we've done your hormones. Let's go now to your surgery.
Sure.
What made you decide that top surgery now was the right step? And I know this even came before your hormone treatment.
Yes.
So, what made you make that decision?
I think for the longest time, I can say it, my breasts were not a part of me. It was never a part of me. Yun nga, diba, I was saying earlier, when I was growing up, it felt, bakit may tumutubo, hindi naman dapat. So, it felt very different and it's very foreign, I think that's the term. It was never, I never acknowledged it as part of me. So I never binded naman or anything. It was just really sports bra. Tsaka I was an ambassador for a sports binder which is from Hershey at the time. They're still available as of now.
Okay.
Versus you binding, there is a very safe binder that you can actually use in the market that allows you to still flatten your chest, that you don't have to hurt yourself. Kasi yung mga I'm not a fan of it kasi talaga to.
Actually, yung if I may say so, whenever I do top surgery, when I open up and go inside, yung mga nagbabinder talaga, you get to see a lot of scars inside. So that poses a little challenge to the surgeon, but then again, it's still doable. It's just that you're actually creating scars whenever you do binding. So that's good. That I can't remember having any problem when we did our surgery. Now, I see a lot of patients who undergo top surgery, and I always say everything, doing all the giving you all the options, all the techniques that are possible. And can you bring me back to the time that you consulted and what made you decide on I guess I gave advice also, but how did this go about?
I think I'll reminisce in terms of the 3 years. I think the best part of it, I can tell your viewers, Doc, what's important is you actually match with the doctor. Okay. That's your number one. And I actually matched with you. Okay. So I did have a few doctors in mind at that time. And then when I did the consultation, you were the only person that did you did not limit me. Kasi 30 minutes lang supposedly ang consultation.
Correct.
We ended up an hour and a half.
Wow.
Because I was on the phone, you were there, you just came from surgery, parang ganun, and then ang ganda ng kwentuhan. Tapos you were answering. Kim was also with me at that time.
Yes, I remember.
Nag-uusap tayo. And you made my wife and me very comfortable. And I go kay Kim, I think I found my doctor. Kasi parang yun parang I'd always tell everybody na parang you have to match with your doctor. Kasi if you don't match your doctor, magkakaproblema ka. Kasi at the end of the day, it's a journey. It's your, alam mo yun, kasama mo yung doktor hanggang dulo. Yan yung ang laki ng milestone na to for you not to choose the right doctor for you. So you have to match. So I'm glad we matched.
Nako, thank you. And that's something that I would like to relay to patients, that any questions that you may have, you have to ask them before the surgery. Kasi pagka tapos na yung operasyon, wala na akong magagawa.
Ang kulit ko pa naman. Ang dami talagang listahan ng pre, o during, o after, doc, o after.
Pero in spite of the long-term preparation natin, because si Bam, hindi ito yung ordinaryong pasyente. Marami itong mga medical issues na kailangan namin isolve. So, I was glad that we were able to go through with it safely. And the surgery was A-okay. No problems all throughout. And I guess it's because of the long preparation that we did. So, pero I guess sa'yo maraming preparation at maraming fears or hesitations. Meron ba mga ganon?
Actually, it was more of, I wasn't hesitant with it. We were coming in there very comfortable and very, I think you made us very secure, Doc. So, even the wife, di ba? Parang, alala ko yun, inikot pa natin si Kim sa clinic.
Yes.
Kasi habang piniprep ako nila Pao, si Kim, inikot mo na. Para at least she feels comfortable. Kasi she'll have she'll wait eh. Diba? Ay matagal yung surgery, you gave her the expectations of while doing the surgery and whatnot, and we'll keep you updated in terms of what it is. Sa alala ko pa, you send a picture pa kay Kim na tapos na yung chest, wala pa yung nipples ko. Kaya yun yung pinakatawa. Okay. They called it my Ken chest. Up to now, it's still that picture that we share with a lot of people. Gusto nyo makita yung tsura ko na mukha kong Ken.
Okay. So yung picture na sa'yo pala. Okay, good. So, very good. Now, so, physically and emotionally, no difficult.
I think it was an easy choice. It was an easy surgery. It was just, sarap nung end ng gabi na yun kasi alala ko nun parang ginising ako ng staff. Tapos I remember parang, sir, anong gagawin namin dito sa yung mga
yung mga tinanggal.
Yung mga tinanggal. Parang ako, ano ba dapat gagawin dyan? Parang I didn't know what to do. Parang ako, sa inyo na. Tapos parang I remember yung driver namin nun parang ayun, pick me up with the wheelchair and whatnot. Tapos parang ako, ang kapal pa ng mukha ko. Kasi ako pa yung, hindi sige, parang si Kim wanted to go to Mercury kasi she was going to buy medicines na.
Correct.
Tapos ako yung, nandun kami sa within BGC, nag-hotel ako nun kasi I just wanted to be near just in case may emergency.
That's true.
Tapos ang nakakatawa nun, ako mag-isa ang naglakad paakyat ng elevator. Kasama ko si Ice.
Hindi ko alam yun.
Pero yun yung nakakatawa. Doon naglalakad ako. Pag akyat doon, gutom na gutom ako.
Okay.
Yun lang.
Usually kasi after surgery, you're
pag sa hotel, wala. Nag-isa ako naglalakad na ako doon.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I think what's exciting after the surgery is seeing your chest for the first time.
Definitely.
And how can you describe?
Kaya ba yun? I remember you had rainbow mask pa that. I still have the photos.
Medyo
and
pandemic pa.
Pandemic. After pandemic. After na.
Pero
after
ano na, yung rainbow
na, ganda.
Mask.
Tapos, I remember the first time nga, dami nating iyakan nun eh. So, parang it felt really, really good na, to see the chest for the first time kasi parang ako, uy, nakikita ko chan ko ba? Yung pala yun. Uy, nakikita ko na chan ko. Wala lang ibang nakaharang. So, it felt really good. Parang, parang I can't explain or can't expound how it feels for somebody that, di ba parang sinasabi nila parang sometimes na when you do the top surgery, you'd feel na ghost. Kasi parang it has been attached sa'yo for the longest time. And for me, I kept it for the longest time kasi I didn't want it there. So when it was gone, parang it
Finally
parang na-let go siya. Hindi ko siya hinahanap. Parang, bakit wala na siya? Parang ako, finally it's gone. So it felt really good.
And it's not something that's unusually felt by patients. Talagang maraming pasyente na after the surgery, when they see the results, parang finally nga, na nakumpleto ko na yung sarili ko.
Correct.
Parang ganun yung feeling nila.
Totoo yun daw.
So, I guess, it would be good for someone who's undergone the surgery to give advice on how to prepare for such procedure.
I think what's important is list down all your questions. Kasi yun nga, they have to do consultation. Kasi like ako, I do a lot of lives where, I can share my journey and whatnot. Pero your journey is going to be different from everybody else's journey. So, importante pa rin na you know your body. You should know your body. And then, when you pick your doctor, you should be able to list down, it's always pre-surgery, during surgery, and post-surgery.
Correct.
So, yun yung mga importante na you have to always look at in terms of, okay, paano lahat to? Diba? So, paminsan kasi, wala. Paminsan, marami talaga nagtatanong sa akin eh.
Pero wala namang mga surprises during that span of time before, during, and after. And how did your expectations compare to what you received in reality?
I think it was more pa. I think the great thing about, yun nga parang sabi ko nga, Doc, aside from you answering us, through Viber or text and whatnot, even your clinic, even the nurses, even the post-surgery, ang ganda kasi they would always answer questions. So, hindi kami nahirapan.
Okay.
Hindi talaga nahirapan. Even the prior, even during, we were updated. Kim, no, I wasn't updated. Tulog ako nun eh. So, Kim was updated and my daughter was updated. So, walang naging problema, Doc.
So, even with the first few weeks of recovery, kamusta naman yung...
Siyempre, adjustments to the point that you can't bring up your arms arms, diba? So, yung mga ganun. Tapos, medyo, kasi diba yung first week natin, may binder pa tayo nun. So, yun. So, medyo may konting adjustments and whatnot. As long as nga, very important that you have people around you that will support you, that will take care of you. I think that's important. Pero rather than that, yun nga, hirap lang kumain. At saka yung bloating, yun yung pinaka nakakatawa. Kasi sobrang laki ng bloat, di ba? Yung, grabe yun.
And how did you manage?
Ay, hindi ako makakain ng maayos, Doc.
Lakad-lakad ata.
Lakad ako ng lakad nun. Sobrang lakad lang ng lakad. Para at least to slowly, like, lumiit yung chan, basically.
Now, with surgery, kasi when we prepare for surgery, there are cases when we need to manage the hormone first. Like, for some patients, we need to stop the hormone treatment, and then after treatment, that's when we resume. And some of the patients would actually feel some differences in their emotions because alam mo na yung hormones also affects our emotions.
Of course.
No? So, was it the same for you?
I think I was excited kasi, Doc. I was nervous and excited, but I could not. Ako kasi yung tao na I want to get it over with. Alam mo yan, all in, all out. Tapos tapusin na natin para tapos na. So, nung natapos, yung mas... Di ba ang unang tanong ko sa'yo, kailan ako pwede maghubad? Pwede ako mag-beach? Kailan ako pwede mag-swimming pool? Correct. Kasi papukit ako nun eh. So, Doc, sabi mo na, basta wag murky yung water, wag ka papasok. O, sige na nga. Diba? May mga ganong tips ka nun sa akin. Yes. But I was in a hurry to just take it off. I was just really in a hurry to do it.
Ang galing. Yeah. Just to tell you, the recovery of Bam was very successful. No problem all throughout. And
tsaka ang ganda ng scarring din. Like after, ngayon parang
guhit na lang.
Guhit na lang talaga siya. Ang ganda talaga.
Because, well, on my part, no? Kasi alam ko yan ang pinaka-hate ng mga patients, yung mga scars. And with a double incision mastectomy, which is what we did, it gives long scars, very long horizontal scars. And the least that I could do is to create a less obvious scar. And I guess, fortunately, of course, it still depends on how you heal, but at least we've done everything we could para lang ma-maximize natin yung appearance ng scar mo. And with a very successful surgery, I guess important kung sino yung mga nakasama mo during that journey.
Yes, definitely.
So, I know the whole family was in support of your journey.
Definitely.
And but who do you think was the most significant support?
I
kung
think
pili ka ng isa, mahirap magbigay, but siguro pili tayo ng isa.
I think it's my wife. You know, syempre si Mrs. yung katabi mo katabi mo araw-araw, katabi ko while sleeping, and she had to manage. Kasi may part doon na dapa ako matulog, Doc
Okay.
Diba?
Okay.
So, ang ending ko nun, bawal ka gumalaw, ganito ka lang, tapos angat mo yung ulo mo. Diyos ko, hindi ako makatulog the whole night. So, ending ko nun, pati siya damay, basically. So, ang dami
Sharing the puyat din.
Sharing the puyat. Siyempre, feeding me, moving me. Eventually, she had to clean the scars and whatnot. So, I chose a really good. I chose my person. So, which I'm very blessed to be very honest.
You chose the right person.
I did talaga.
So, in terms of relationship after the surgery, how was it?
Masaya, Doc.
I mean, better? Or,
Nung una, siya nakakatawa kasi parang she didn't want to touch my chest kasi, diba?
Okay.
So parang kasi baka may sugat pa, ganyan. Eventually yun, parang, okay naman din siya eventually. So, ganda.
So, punta naman tayo sa post-surgery experiences.
Sure.
So, after ng operation, after you've healed, how has your confidence changed in social situations, and your friends, family, how did they react to the change?
Syempre si mom, may she rest in peace, pero she was very happy. I think she really wanted this to happen for me kasi. So when I showed her the first time, kasi first time tuwan-tuwa si mom, so nagubad ako nun sa harap niya. Parang, that's how it looks pala. Parang gano'n. Kasi medyo may age na si mom. And then yun, friends are very, very supportive. Tapos, small party para at least to celebrate the change. Alam mo yun. And yun. So, and the confidence, I think talaga it really changed a lot. Kasi parang, diba, I was saying, parang for the longest time, we've been hiding ito. I've been hiding. Kuba ako.
Correct.
So, yung changes yun, to always, yun, straight body, ganyan. Medyo may change lang konti. Pero,
Actually, most of my patients, pagka pumunta ng nakaganyan.
Nakaganon,
Kaya pag magpi-picture taking, nakaganon din. So sabi ko, straight body
Straight
kasi
body.
kailangan makita na natin yung magiging after niyan.
Correct.
So, imagine yung posture, affects because of
It
the, because
Even
they're
yung
trying
spine,
to hide.
Yeah, even though yung spine namin in terms of how it is and whatnot. So like, kahit na, ngayon, I always have to remind myself, o nga pala. So,
Nakasanayan.
nakasanayan kasi.
So I think those are one of the lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
I mean, your clothing or fitness, mostly you'll be wearing male clothes already.
Ever since naman, male
Ever
clothes.
since.
So, pero the size, I think the size from XL to large to medium, ganyan.
So-
Medium na tayo dyan. Ganyan.
So, how has this affected your day-to-day life? Ang recognition of...
I think it feels great, Doc. I think meron silang sinatawag kasi na passing to a certain point. I mean, ako naman kasi I really don't care if I pass or don't. Kasi even before HRT and whatnot, my voice was already low and,
Correct.
and whatnot. So parang, I think what's important is I feel great. And, di ba sabi nga nila, if you make yourself happy, you're confident, you'd be able to actually give back to the people around you. Like my wife, mas happy yung relationship namin, relationship I have with my daughter, and everybody else around me. Kasi mas kalmado ako eh.
Parang there's a more positive outlook in life since you've accomplished everything.
Yeah, I think-
You've transitioned completely. And but are there still challenges that you face, or do you still have dysphoria?
There is naman din, of course. I think the change, it's most of, how do you say it ba? Siyempre, ang next steps din supposedly is
Okay,
how to be standing up. So ngayon, because I've done HRT, I no longer go to the women's bathroom. Kasi nung dati, nakakapasok pa ako eh. I miss it though, kasi mabango talaga siya. So,
Sa lalaki, hindi.
Sa lalaki. Hi, Lord. Hindi ko rin maintindihan, Doc, bakit ganun. Pero, I think the only thing is, yun nga, how do you say it ba? Parang, being standing up is the next best thing, di ba? Pero,
Okay.
we have naman mga standing to be, mga STP, mga ganyan, pero packers and whatnot. Pero, syempre, it's still different where, ang weird kasi you always go to the men's bathroom, syempre, cubicle ako.
Oo,
So,
oo.
alam naman nila, pagka yung cubicle, iba yung ibig sabihin. nun.
Number 2.
Yun, na nga, di ba?
They always think number 2 ang
Tsaka
gagawin
yung
mo.
pinag-uusapan
Oo.
namin, meron kami isang episode dyan, kasi pinag-uusapan namin, ano kaya yung posisyon? Kasi ang hirap po posisyon, Doc.
Hey, and
Kasi ayoko makita ako sa ibaba na nakikita niyang naka-squat. Basically, naka-squat pa rin ako, di ba?
Correct.
So, ang hirap talaga kung paano ko
Oo. And
ilulugar yung sarili ko para makaihilang.
these are minor things that we think of,
Yeah.
but it's a major thing
It
for
is.
people who are affected. So,
Exhausting.
I mean, we're not yet there. I mean, the bottom surgery is still a difficult surgery, and nobody does it in the country.
Yeah.
And I guess, if there's a specialist who would want to do it, we'll be welcoming you to join us in our
Definitely.
podcast, and so that we can contribute to the community.
Yeah.
And anyway, as parting words, what would you advise for someone who's navigating social interactions post-surgery?
I think it's just, just be, parang, I mean, there's nothing to like really change, right? Parang, the whole thing, it already gives you that confidence or the boost or the changes that you've been wanting for the longest time. I think what's important is it making you happy? Are you happy? Kasi yun naman yung bottom line lagi.
Correct.
Okay? So, kung masaya ka, di good, masaya ka. Yun.
And since you underwent transition, what was the biggest lesson that you learned in your whole journey in transition?
As of now, everything, I think it's really just really focusing on me. To a certain point. Kasi nga, if you don't, diba, sabi ko nga kanina ko pa sinasabi, if you don't focus on yourself and you don't make yourself happy, you won't be able to, share that with other people. So,
So first, you have to love yourself.
love yourself talaga.
And then you'll
talaga.
be able to love others.
Oh, and yun naman
Spread the
important.
love.
Yeah, definitely.
And for those naman who are just starting their journey, ano naman ang pwedeng i-advise mo sa kanila?
It depends on what journey you're doing, Doc. Pero parang for me, it's like, listen to yourself, listen to your body. huwag kayo magpapadala sa ibang tao just because, people are doing it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it as well. What's important is what you want to happen for yourself. So, we just want to make sure that, yun nga. That's why we do it in Spility, that we talk about how to safely transition. And if you don't want to transition, you don't have to. But if you identify as a trans man, that's enough. So, yeah.
So yun nga, in trans men, there are certain misconceptions also. And ano bang mga misconceptions na nakikita mo na mali?
I think people are always thinking that there's a certain type of look of
Correct.
how a trans masculine is. And people need to understand na if you identify as a trans man, even if your expression is feminine, it doesn't matter. Basta kilala mo yung sarili mo. There's no
yourself.
one look in being trans. I think that's what's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, ayun na nga.
Kanya-kanyang journey, Doc.
Female, male.
Sige,
Ayun.
well, definitely.
Actually, yun nga.
Go.
Ang isang question, if there's going to be a female to male bottom surgery in the Philippines, would you undergo it? And why?
Doc, dinidikit ka. Oo, I'll say yes. Pero as of now, in terms of how difficult it is, I've researched it multiple times. It's not yet safe. So, even in terms of where the technology is and in terms of where they're doing it, it's not yet there. So, I'm very scared pa. Alam mo naman ako, longevity tayo.
And it's with good reason. And I've actually thought of doing this surgery as well because syempre yung mga next steps, we have to go for that as well.
Yeah.
And right now, I think the risk-benefit ratio is not so good.
No way.
And that's why I wouldn't encourage patients to undergo this bottom surgery for trans men. Kanyang, maybe in the future, no?
I think the challenge is because we want to be standing up. That's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah.
So why, pwede bang compromise to a certain point where, the bathrooms are more, na I don't have to.
Ayun nga, instead of converting or
Pwede bang banyo na lang yung problemahin muna natin yan?
we accomplish that mission of being able to be standing up. That is a big difference already.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So, well, there's this other procedure that does not involve creating too much
Changes, graphing and whatnot.
graft or flaps or whatever. It's called metoidoplasty. No? So, it actually just converts an appearance of a very small penis and mayroon pa nga siyang balls or testes. But I think we can and I think for urologists
Hintayin kita nun, Doc. Ikaw na. Pag ikaw, siguro game na ako.
I think that's a simpler procedure to do compared to yung mga gracilis dito, mga
Pag
graft na
nakita
yan.
ko si Doc Jorge nag-female to male, ayun, doon tayo mag-usap, Doc.
Okay. So, anyway, for those who are watching, our trans men community, is there one message that you'd like to share with the people watching today?
I think really it's as simple as your journey is your journey. Don't let anybody else dictate that. Your body is your body, and listen to it, right? And just be yourself to a certain point, di ba? Parang wag pa sa'yo. Lagi ko sinasabi magpapadala sa ibang tao. So yan.
Looking back, what are you most proud of in your journey?
Bubulayan kita, Doc. Choosing the right doc.
Okay.
Yun talaga yung pinaka-importante.
Okay, nako. Thank you. Parang nabigla naman ako doon. So anyway, I'm so glad and I'm so proud to be part of your journey.
Thanks, Doc.
And of course, thank you so much, Bam, for sharing your story. I know this will help so many people feel seen, understood, and inspired. And if you're listening and considering your own journey, just remember that you are not alone and there are resources and professionals here to support you. So thanks for tuning in to Transform. Stay connected for more stories and insights from the community and experts alike. So again, maraming salamat, Bam. Thank you.
Super. Thank you. Super, thank you.